Good afternoon, YouTubers. It's your boy Dante coming to you with another episode of Keeping It a Buck. I'm not even going to say it's going to be quick. It's going to probably be about a 15, 20-minute video. I'm going to show some information that I think most of you have seen, but I hope that you guys take a moment to listen because I'm not here to tell anybody to get the jab or not get the jab. That's your choice. I will be a tyrant to tell you to get the jab or not get the jab. That should be a choice that only you make. But as for this dude right here, this body, my choice, no jab for me. I can't do it. So we're going to hear the CDC lie to us. I mean, they have been lying to us at every turn. And then we have the Lord Fauci that lies and lies and lies. So lies like a rug, man. I mean, just tell lies just for the heck of it. And I'm sick of it. I mean, I'm not going to try to go super spiritual today. I'm just going to keep it real because, see, a lot of us, we want to be entertained instead of being informed. And I want to let these tyrants know that I'm a human being, not a human doing. I don't just do everything people tell me to do. And I don't do it everything that I hear people tell me, hey, well, Dante, if you don't do this, then you want to be accepted by society. It doesn't matter to me. As long as my God accepts me, as long as I accept myself, as long as my family and the people that really care about me accepts me, I don't care about what these overlords think about me at all. I don't think about it. I don't care. So I'm going to show you how the CDC plays us. And I'm going to show you how a nurse basically put the truth out there. And I want to know why we can't distinguish between the truth and a lie. Somebody that's in the medical profession that's seeing the things that they're lying about, and then when they tell the truth, they want to censor it or they want to ban it. It's crazy to me. Then we're going to talk about Lord Fauci. We got to talk about Lord Fauci. But anyway, as you see at the ticker on the below the screen, it's telling you to like, share, comment, subscribe. To everybody that subscribed this far, man, thank you. I just want to tell you thank you because it's been, I think this week I've gained like 50 subs. So, man, I appreciate everything. Went from like 701 to like 750 something. So, man, you guys are doing it. And I just want to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart. But anyway, we're going to get into it. So let me go to this video where we have Dr. Lewinsky. I mean, Walensky. They both suck. Um, Dr. Walensky, when she's, talking about the jab. And I'm going to let you hear it for your own self. So let's go.
As our international colleagues who are ahead of us both in the Delta surge as well as have vaccinated a few weeks ahead of us in terms of large portions of their population that have been vaccinated. And data we've seen from our international colleagues, specifically and especially Israel, have demonstrated a worsening of infections amongst vaccinated people over time. And so we remain concerned about that as we see in the context of Delta variant some breakthroughs that are occurring and decreased vaccine effectiveness that is occurring in the context of infection. We are watching other countries, the experience of other countries carefully and concerned that we too will see what Israel is seeing, which is worsening infections over time.
Now, as you heard out of her mouth, it wasn't my mouth, this chick talking about, hey, it's going to get worse here in the United States, just like it is in Israel. Now, riddle me this. How in the whole heaven and hell can they promote getting jabbed? But she just said out of her mouth. Now, YouTube, before you try to fact check me, go check Walensky. Again, they both suck, right? Go talk to them because she said out of her mouth that those that are vaccinated are getting breakthrough cases, and they're noticing that they're worse. They're worse off. Now, I know y'all was saying it was a pandemic against the unvaccinated, but for me, if I'm looking at the data, it's basically telling me like, hey, I'm danged if I do and I'm danged if I don't, according to y'all. So again, we have de Blasio up there in New York, basically doing segregation telling people that if you don't get jabbed, you can't come to the theater, you can't come to the gym, you can't come to the restaurant and eat, and it's causing people to have anxiety, and it's crazy. But this is the world that we live in because nobody wants to take a stand. As for me, I'm taking a stand because if I don't stand for something, I will fall for anything. And I'm seeing so many people fall for this foolishness, man. And like I said again, it's my body, my choice. How is it fair for the left and the Democrats and some Republicans to say, about abortion, have their statements about abortion, but yet when it come down to it, my body, my choice, it works for them then. But now when we say my body, my choice, we're evil and we killing grandma, we don't care about society. But what I've learned is society don't care about us. If society cared about us, then we wouldn't be having murders rising. We wouldn't be seeing crime rise if society cared about us. So you want us to do all the caring and society tell us to go to hell? Oh, okay, I got you. I see you. But anyway, let's listen to this nurse. Let's listen to her talk. Because she blew me away. Let's go.
Today I took care of a patient. She has been vaccinated, contracted COVID in July, on July the 23rd, has been positive since then. Her friend is also vaccinated, also contracted COVID. Okay, so she actually had no symptoms. Her friend actually had every sign and symptom of COVID and is currently fighting for her life right now. She is able to be moved off the COVID unit because now her infection, she's been asymptomatic, and so they're going to move her to the step down COVID unit. I have another colleague who got the vaccination, who has been having this rash. First they thought it was shingles. Now it's not shingles. Once it heals in one part of her body, then it moves to another part. And this is something that happened after she got the vaccination. So I'm just here to tell you guys, the media is painted out like, okay, this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated people. That unvaccinated people are just running around here giving people COVID. That ain't true. You got the vaccination. You can still give other people. You can still give other people COVID. A colleague, one of my anesthesia colleagues, all her family is vaccinated. They went to a camp. Half of the people wasn't vaccinated, but everybody in the camp got COVID. So the vaccinated and unvaccinated still got COVID. So we're all out here fighting a fight together. So, this stuff about being insensitive, unvaccinated people are insensitive, that is so not true. And patients saying that, oh, I don't want this person to take care of me because they're not vaccinated. You guys come in the hospital with all types of diseases. We don't pick and choose which disease we gonna treat. We just take care of you until you can get back home to your family. So no one is out here being insensitive. We're all out here fighting this fight together. And as long as we continue to be divided, then guess what? COVID is still gonna be around here or whatever, because it is a lot of us. We're still continuing to wear the mask. We're still continuing to be social distances. We're not out here trying to party, none like that. So I'm just saying, just be a little more sensitive to other people's choices. We don't force you to do something you don't want to do. You shouldn't force us to do something we don't want to do, especially when it's not an actual cure.
Now you heard it from her mouth. She said there's no actual cure. So this is the thing. If it was a cure or a end to all means, then I understand. Hey, get the jab because it's going to make society go back to the way it once were. But I'm gonna tell you something. Society is not going back to the way it was. What we see right now, they're going to continually and perpetually do what they're doing because nobody is standing up. Because we have these overlords and these oligarchs running around here telling us how to live our lives. I don't understand how is it that grown folks are being told what to do. And even the ones that are not adults, you're telling adults how to run their households. Again, you can't do that. I mean, we live in a land, in a place that's supposed to be a land of the free, right? And like she was saying in the video, we got to be more sensitive to people's choices. When people choose to do certain things in their lives, a lot of times people, they can disagree with it, but they still support them as a person. But yet and still, they want us to go out here and get a jab. And then they told us if you take one jab that, with Johnson and Johnson, that if you take that, then you'll be all right. Then they said with Moderna and Pfizer, you take 2 shots and you'll be all right. But clearly these people are not fully vaccinated, nor will they ever be. Why? Because they're talking about a booster shot. These people that has already gotten vaccinated should be mad as all HELL. They should be ticked off to the highest level of being ticked off because they have played us. They have played us. Then, as far as wearing the mask, like I say, to each his own. I like to breathe natural air. I don't want to breathe in all my oxygen and carbon dioxide and all. I don't want to do that. I want to breathe natural air. If God wanted me to have a mask on my face or wanted all of us to wear a mask on our face 24 hours a day, I promise you we would have had a mask on our face, just like we have a nose, how we have lips, we have all that stuff on the face that needs to be there. So if God wanted us to wear a mask, we'll be wearing a mask. Now, Dr. Fauci, Lord Fauci, we're going to talk about him because I can't stand Lord Fauci. You know what I'm saying? The patron saint of Wuhan. I can't stand Lord Fauci. I'm putting that on record. I don't like him. I don't like him at all because he has lied at every turn. And one thing I want to talk about is that I noticed that people ain't really saying, and even the media is kind of hush-hush about it. And these are the questions that we should be asking because that fool, we talk about Lord Fauci now. Lord Fauci, he said that the administration in 2017, which we know was Donald Trump's administration, why didn't it happen under Obama's administration? And why wasn't it something that was a surprise outbreak for Biden? I meant President Biden. I meant Joe Biden. Yeah, that's his name. Mr. C now. Mr. I mess up everything I touch. That guy. That guy, Joe Biden. Why didn't he say that? So let's listen to what Lord Fauci had to say in 2017. Let's go.
Surprise outbreak. Given, as you heard from the introduction, that I have been around for a while and have had the opportunity and the privilege and the pleasure of serving in 5 administrations.
You've been around too long, bro. It's time for you to go. I mean, like, why are you not somewhere trying to relax? You have enjoyed your life. You enjoyed plenty of money, and now you want power. You want to tell people what to do, how to live. Tony, bruh. Tony, go sit down somewhere, man. We don't have need for you. We don't have need for you because if these people that really claim to care about us, they would tell us the truth. But y'all lied to us at every turn. And some of us are buying it. Some of us are not. And the ones of us that are not buying it, you want to try to make it hard for us. Remember that little chick that was on CNN and said, hey, dangle the carrot in front of them. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to take the jab, then make life hard for them. It's crazy. But we're supposed to be Americans. We're supposed to be people that love each other. That's supposed to care about each other. But we already see with these people over here coming from Afghanistan, and let's pray for them. Let's even pray for the people down there in, that may be impacted by this hurricane. Let's pray for them. That they are protected. But even the ones coming from Afghanistan, I don't hear them saying, hey, we need to make sure they're vaccinated before they come. But yet and still you want to vaccinate us? It doesn't make sense. We already see the border wide open. I mean, open as wide as Monica Lewinsky's legs were when she was up there in the Oval Office with Bill Clinton. You know what I'm saying? We see it wide open. I mean, and they're not really forcing them to take the vax, but legal paying taxes Americans, we have to submit to this. Nah, not this dude, not him. But let Tony Fauci finish talking.
I thought I would bring that perspective to the topic today, is the issue of pandemic preparedness. And if there's one message that I want to leave with you today based on my experience, and you'll see that in a moment, is that there is no question that there will be a challenge, the coming administration, in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease.
Fauci, how did you know that? How did you know? How did you know? Are you clairvoyant? Or did you guys have this up your sleeve so y'all can do what y'all know y'all done and what y'all are doing? Make it make sense, bruh. How did you know? How did you know? And then you said it was going to be a surprise. Surprise me unaware. But somebody knew, just like giving a surprise party to somebody. There's people that plan a party, and then there's a person that comes to the party that's surprised. Yeah, you think we're stupid. Not most of us. We're not that stupid, but we'll let you carry on, liar.
And we have certainly a large burden of that. But also there will be a surprise outbreak. And I hope by the end of my relatively short presentation, you'll understand why history, the history of the last 32 years that I've been the director of NIAID, will tell the next administration that there's no doubt in anyone's mind that they will be faced with the challenges that their predecessors.
Fauci, how did you know? Man, how did you know? How did you know? I just want to know, how did you know? And when did you know it? But clearly you knew in 2017. Clearly you knew. And this is what makes me so mad about the press and make me so mad about all these people that claim to care. Why you guys are not questioning this dude, asking him, how did he know to prevent it? You had 3 years, dude. 3 years. And you talk about being with the NIH. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you had 3 years to try to prevent this from being what it is. But y'all knew that if y'all had chaos, that y'all knew that y'all could bring in the solution. This is what y'all do. I believe it's called the Hegelian dialect. What y'all do is y'all create a problem so y'all can be the solution. But I'm telling you right now, we already see that you quacks are not the solution. This stuff pisses me off, man. I mean, I'm trying to stay safe, but this right here pisses me off. Because these people like this, we sit up here and we talk about white supremacy, we talk about all this other stuff, and this right here, this fool right here is sitting up here talking about, oh, we will be faced with challenges, and made sure, man, and then all of it, just blame Trump for everything. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with Trump on everything, because Trump running around here talking about he support the vaccines. I don't like that, but at the same time, he have a right to say it. But he also said, I believe in freedom of choice. I don't understand. Even God himself give us choices. I mean, he give us free will. But this fool right here, man,
we're faced with. So for those who think that infectious diseases is gone, there's so many people who've made foolhardy statements, not knowing at the time that they made them. I usually show a quote from an old Surgeon General or an old pundit in infectious disease. So I thought I'd pull this one out from Sir McFarlane Burnett, who was actually a Nobel Prize-winning immunologist, who made the statement, as many did, to write about infectious diseases is almost to write of something that has passed into history. The most likely forecast about the future of infectious diseases is that it will be very dull. Which is really kind of interesting coming from a semi-genius like McFarlane Burnett.
Oh, he a semi-genius because he don't agree with you? Lord Fauci, because he don't agree with you, he's semi-genius? And maybe he was right. Maybe pandemics would go away if you guys wouldn't keep creating them. Like I said, nobody's taking you to task on how you went and your little group funded the Wuhan lab to do gain of function research. Nobody's really pressing you on that. And so the thing is, maybe this is why Biden is messing up over there in Afghanistan, because we want to cause diversion so we don't focus on what's really going on. Y'all people are a trip, man, and y'all are deviants. And I'm gonna tell you, y'all will get dealt with. And like I said, God sees, God knows. You ain't getting away with anything. I love when the Bible told us that God, he has eyes in every place and he's beholding the good and the evil that we do. And I'm telling you, y'all gonna get dealt with. Y'all gonna get dealt with for real.
And I think what he did and the mistake that so many people have made is something that several of our panelists have already referred to. And that is a failure to look beyond our own borders in the issue of the globality of health issues.
Oh, we tried to look past our borders and try to look and deal with the border, but you leftists and you Democrats, y'all fought like all hell to block us having a safe border. And then we have all these different people coming from God knows where, bringing in all these quote unquote variants into our nation and infecting people, not only infecting, but affecting people. And y'all seem to be okay because y'all living y'all plush life and y'all doing it well. Nobody's really talking about Obama's birthday party and how up there in Martha Vineyard, how they have, their cases increased after that little, shindig. Nobody's talking about that. But I understand it's rules for thee, not for me. Gotcha. Understood perfectly.
Not only things that are there that will come here, but surprises that we have. What are the lessons that we learned from HIV? One, you have to commit substantial financial and human resources.
Help me understand something, Fauci. Why is it that everything that has to do with hurting people, your hands seem to be involved with it? HIV kill millions. And like I said, HIV didn't kill them, but the things that came on all from HIV, breaking down their immune system where they could not fight off a common cold or fight pneumonia, whatever the case may be, your hand is always in it. And then we're looking at something now going on, your hand is in it. These are the things, like I said, this video, really and truly is my opinion. We still have a right to opinions, right? I'm not running around here telling anybody, this is 100% facts, but anybody that has the common sense that God gave a billy goat can rationalize and understand something sinister is at play. Again, is my opinion. And nobody running around here, YouTube, talking about, oh, this is a fact, 100% fact, but it's fact.
These things don't get addressed spontaneously by themselves. You have to enlist the best and the brightest investigators in both basic and clinical research. You have to involve the community, be it the gay community in the United States or the community in Africa and West Africa when we dealt with Ebola, or the people in South America when we're dealing with.
And riddle me this, why is it when we dealt with Ebola and the swine flu and when we dealt with the Zika and all the stuff you're talking about, we was never masked up this heavily? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But it don't. It only makes sense to quacks like you that want to keep reaching for power and keep on having this major power grab. People like you. People like you. And then it's like, what Fauci said out of his own mouth, and the gay people should be offended, is that basically because it was talking about HIV, that you gays have a reason and you guys have a part in why HIV is rising and it has rose to the point it has. You, because he mentioned you, I didn't, he did. Then he talking about Africa. And we know that most people that live in Africa, I ain't say all, but most people that live in Africa are people of color. These people right here, they say stuff, and then they think it just ain't, nobody's going to catch on to it. But okay, I got you.
Zika. You have to have cross-sector collaboration. You can't do it alone.
I've had enough of listening to that fool because he just lies. I'll put the video if you want to see it. I'll put it in the description, man. I ain't got time to be listening to this fool. I'm so sick of him, man. He lies. And then we sit up here and people trust him like they did old Andrew Cuomo up there in New York, because he said that God did not bring the numbers down. They did. You see what happened to him? Yeah, we got you. Lord Fauci, you see it. He sit on the throne of lies. He does. He does. Look at this dude right here. He's an emperor. Look at him with his little needle, his mask, and all this stuff. I can't stand that dude, man. I really don't like him. But remember when he said this about masks? Let's go.
The United States, people should not be walking around with masks.
You're sure of it? Because people are listening really closely to this.
Right now, people should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. When you're in the middle of an outbreak, wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, and it might even block a droplet, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is. And often there are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask and they keep touching their face.
Hey, y'all heard what Lord Fauci said. Lord Fauci, and remember this dude right here, he was saying, hey, get the vax or wear a mask until you do. Well, we're seeing in both cases, neither one are really working out too well. Those that are getting jabbed are still getting COVID. And even those that are wearing a mask are still getting COVID. I remember hearing the story like when the pandemic first jumped off, and this dude, he stayed in the house. He did not go out at all. Like he wasn't going outside at all. And so he stayed in the house and still ended up with COVID. I believe it's airborne, right? So most of us have either had COVID or going to get COVID, but we understand that even the CDC, they say that most people in healthy conditions, they have a 99.6% recovery rate. So why would we take a vaccine that their efficacy rate is lower than natural immunity? Look, God gave us an immune system to fight off diseases. I said it before, is that most people don't know they have diseases a lot of times because their immune system is doing what it's supposed to do. And if you fortify your immune system and keep it strong, it can pretty much stand against anything. Dr. Sebi used to say things like that, fortify your immune system. I would just wonder what he would say if he was living. Just what would he be telling us? But they always want us to go to the doctor and get treatment. None of the medicine they give us is ever a cure. Never. And then they want to tell us it's misinformation to pray. When we have had numerous of stories and accounts where people have said that they had a disease or they had something that was about to take them out and that was near death, and they prayed and they still here today. I know many cancer survivors right now today that the cancer was eradicated because of their faith, not because of chemo, not because of radiation, but because of their faith. But yet and still we have these oligarchs running around here telling us what we can say and what we can apply to our own lives. It makes no sense. But anyway, last but not least, the Governor Brown up there in Oregon. She the worst. Nah, Whitmer. Nah, Cuomo. Nah, Newsom. Nah, all of them bad. Every last one of them. They mean us no good. And I'm telling you this, and I'm going to share one scripture because I have to. That's just me. I would be remiss, and I'm gonna save that to the end. But anywho, let's listen to this trick. She about like Dr. Lewinsky. Why do I keep calling her Lewinsky? It's Walensky. Oh, because she sucked too. And Brown, you get a line because you suck too. Ugh.
I'm announcing that effective Friday, August 27th, masks will be required in all public outdoor settings where physical distancing is not possible, regardless of vaccination status. Masks have proven to be effective at reducing transmission.
That's a L-I-E. That's a lie. That's a lie. How is it that they coming out? And I believe one of Biden's top aides He even came out and said the masks that people are wearing from the dollar stores, and if it's not an N95 mask, they really don't work. We heard Lord Fauci just say that the masks don't work. But this helper right here is talking about, oh, it's been proven. You a lie. Why is she not being checked for misinformation? Make it make sense. Why this trick right here is not being checked for misinformation? Man, I'm telling you, it pisses me off. Yeah.
And are a necessary measure right now, even in some outdoor settings, to help us fight COVID and to protect one another. In addition, the Oregon Health Authority strongly recommends masking in outdoor gatherings at private residences where people from different households do not maintain physical distance. This virus knows no boundaries, and community spread can turn a small gathering.
Are you talking about the same virus that when Pelosi was at her little shindig, she could have her mask off? I guess that, when you take your mask off at a shindig, COVID backs up. I guess that when you walk into a restaurant with your mask on and you go sit at the table, that COVID just goes away. I mean, just COVID just stand back until you get back up to walk out the door. Man, like if you use your brain, this stuff will make sense. Because what they're saying don't make sense. They have sold this lie so many times, and it was a statement that I used to hear people say, if you keep telling a lie long enough, people will start believing it as true. So these people have brainwashed people with propaganda, telling them this stuff, and psychologically in warfare with these people's brains and their minds. I'm going to tell you something. Once you capture a person's mind, you can control them. I'm sorry. Only person I'm going to let control my mind is God. Period. This helper.
Gathering into an outbreak. The harsh reality is that this Delta variant is much more contagious than previous variants we've seen. It has dramatically increased the amount of virus in our communities. I want to stress, however, that this rule doesn't mean you have to wear a mask at all times outdoors. You do not need to mask up for the fleeting pass by on a hiking trail or your.
Help me understand this, and I'm going to wrap this video up. Help me understand, because I don't even want to hear her talk no more either, because the smiles on their face, they just think like what is funny. If you really care about all these people and stuff, and you really are concerned about the communities and the world, then why are you sitting there with a smile on your face? Does it look a little sinister to me? You just, because of, you're just smiling. Why? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But it don't. But anyway, we want to trust these people that lie to us every day. But this is what I love about God. This is what he says. He says, God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Had he said it, and shall he not do it? Or has he spoken it, and shall I not he make it good? If God says something, he's not a liar like these people. If God says, I'm going to heal you, take it to the bank. If God says, I'm going to free you, take it to the bank. If God says, I'm going to bless you, take it to the bank. But these people right here, you can't trust their words because they change every day. They change every day, however they feel. They change their mind. They give us a little freedom. They give us a freedom, and then they take two. They give us another freedom. They take three. Do you not understand what they're doing here? Where now you can't even say what you want to say. People trip me out, or even on YouTube. Even if this channel get blocked or get shut down, it is what it is. I mean, these people don't control me. So I'm going to say what I need to say because I have freedom to say what I want to say. I'm not saying anything out here doesn't want to harm anybody, as I care about everybody. So for me to get on here and try to say something that's going to harm somebody, that would be not who I be. Remember, I'm a human being, not a human doing. So I try to do and be who I am, the essence of who I am. I know this video went longer than I expected because I just had to throw some commentary in there that I normally wouldn't have done. And just imagine when you're on live, it'll probably be longer. So, I had to do it this way. But man, I'm telling you, the CDC is a liar. Lord Fauci is a liar. And we got all this stuff going on right now. I've been watching all the videos from Afghanistan, and most of them people ain't on masks. Most of the people, I believe they said the rates of vaccination over there was 6%. 6%. I don't know if you can see it. 6%. Make it make sense. People wearing masks. I was in Walmart earlier today, and people looking at me because I ain't got no mask. Nah, I don't have on a mask, but you do. So if you got a mask and you feel so safe, then you should be concerned about me not having on a mask. You the one got on the Huggies, covering your whole face. Some of them 2 and 3. So if you got all this on your face, then why you worrying about my face being uncovered? Because see, you protected by Viper. Stand back, right? But I will say what I have to say. I'm done. I've tried to do this video like 3 times yesterday. The internet wouldn't do right. The day it was kind of tripping, so I just say, you know what? We just go roll with it and just let it be what it be and do what it do. Again, if you want to support this channel, you see it at the bottom. Again, I want to tell everybody thank you. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Everybody that do, I'm going to keep speaking the truth. And if it's something that you can't say or you're afraid to say, tell me. I'll say it because I ain't scared. I ain't scared because even with my job, they trying to bring people back into the job, to do work that they doing from home right now. Make it make sense, but no, y'all want control and power. Because if it's a job that people can do right now from home, leave them alone if you really worrying about the spread of COVID. Because when I'm at home, then I can't spread it to nobody else. But you want to bring everybody else to the job so y'all can come out with more rules and regulations that control the people. Ain't nobody stupid here. Ain't nobody dumb. And at some jobs you can't do from home, but the ones we have seen and been proven that you can do from home, leave us at home. And the inflation going up anyway, gas going up anyway. So at least we're being able to see a little bit more of our money because we're still at home and we can work from home. But y'all want us back at the plantation so y'all can micromanage and tell us what to do. I got you. I see you. But I'm telling you, when it comes down to me taking a jab, it's no bueno. Not gonna happen. No dice. And then they telling us, well, it's approved by the FDA. Well, guess what? It has not been approved by Dante. It may have been approved by the FDA, but it has not been approved by the TAE, by Tay. It hasn't been approved by me. It's not going in my body. It is what it is. And if I got to die, I'm like Esther. If I got to die, let me die. It is what it is. But I know who holds life in their hand and hold my life in his hand. So I'm not fearing death because I know to leave this body, I will live forever. And that's my goal. So I love you guys, man. Y'all stay blessed and peace.